Today, let's talk about supply and demand refinement. What is that? So what does it mean? It means basically how you can make your zones smaller. So for example, if you have this break of structure, so you had the structural low inside structure and a break. This break came from this up move before the down move. So this is the root of the move. As you can see, it's huge. Yeah, so if you will confirm, and we'll discuss confirmation very soon in the next section, if you will confirm here, you will lose once and price will liquidate you. Maybe you will find entry, you will lose. So that's why, again, it's possible to trade like this, yeah, to have a bigger zone, but usually it does not make sense. Usually it makes sense to make it smaller. So the easiest way to do it is just to have a smaller portion of an up move. So unmitigated smaller portion of an up move. And in this way, it's logical to have this last up move, last unmitigated up move, because for example, this up move is mitigated, as you can see. Price created this push and then went back into the zone. But here, this is unmitigated portion of this bigger move. So this is our refinement. As you can see, these are two candles. So we can move even further and say, okay, only if price will come to this smaller zone, then we will use this refined zone, refined from this bigger one, and we will use our confirmation only in this zone. So this is a way to refine zones when you are on the same time frame. Another way would be to have, for example, if you have one candle, one up push before the down move, you can use a portion of this candle. So the principle is the same. You can use like 50% of the candle or like 75%. It will depend a bit on the context, but usually like 50% is a nice refinement. Again, remember to have imbalance here. Then you can go, so you can have your zone, and then you can check lower time frames to find unmitigated portions on lower time frames, because sometimes when you go to lower time frames, you will find even better zones or obvious up moves before the down move. So for example, in this zone, the lower time frame is really confusing and really low quality. We will talk about SnD quality in the next lessons, and the best zones, they will have logical and obvious zones on the higher time frames and on the lower time frames. So in this example, our lower time frame is wiki and not clear. So we can't do a refinement out of this, but just technically we can see this up candle before the down move. So this could be your refinement. It's very like small, but it's possible to use it. And when you will do your exercise, you will try to find to see how the price moved and to find unmitigated portions and to see what zones inside the main zone price hit it, and how did it react. So maybe this could be an example. As you can see, this is some kind of a higher time frame zone, and then inside you can have this one. So let me switch to maybe 4 hours. So let's take a look. Yeah, so you see you have a bigger zone. So let me actually not use this example because it's an inside structure zone. Let's use this one. We have a break of structure which came from this bigger move, And then we can use, sorry, this one is mitigated. So we can use unmitigated part. You see this unmitigated part, or we can use a smaller part, or just these two up candles, or even one. But as you can see, when you are using refinement, then you are reducing the chances of price to hit your zone. So again, you can use some portion of the root of the move, and you can go then to lower time frames and see maybe you will have logical zones to use. So in this case, it would be nice to have this candle. So this candle is like more powerful. It has obvious volume in it, so it makes some sense to use it as a refinement. So these are the basic ways how you can use refinement and make your zones smaller.